All right, we're just going to do a few problems in, or a few sections in lesson 10 on subtracting decimals. So in the first section, let's take a look at A. Now, they want to subtract in unit form. So if you see, it says 9/10 minus 3/10, and we can pretty much do that in our head. So 9/10 minus 3/10 would be 6/10. If you think of replacing the word tenths with something like apples, it would be like 9 apples minus 3 apples is 6 apples. So instead we're just going to do tenths. 9/10 minus 3/10 is 6/10. So you're going to put a 6 right here. And then what I want you to add on to the homework assignment, it's not written there, but I want you to turn that 6/10 into standard form. So that would look like 0.6 with the 6 in the tenths place. When you get to the next one, they have two different place values for the first number. So you can see they have 9 ones and 2 thousandths. So if that appears a little bit confusing, it's always good to go back to your place value chart and use it if it's helpful. So I'm just going to use the place value chart. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to, since it says 9 ones, I'm going to put a 9 in the ones place. And then I'm going to put a 2 in the thousandths place. Which would leave me with a 0 in the tenths place and a 0 in the hundredths place. And then what I would want to do is I want to subtract 3 ones. Now it's important to remember that we can only subtract ones from ones, and we could subtract thousandths from thousandths. And in this case, since they want to subtract 3 ones, I have to subtract it from the 9 ones. So I'm going to subtract 3 ones, and then I will have 6 ones left. So that's what's going to be in your answer. In the blank here, we're going to put 6 ones are left, and still there are 2 thousandths left. So if I wrote that in standard form, it would be 6 and 2 thousandths. All right. Take a look at the next one. We have 4 hundredths and 6 hundredths. So using my place value chart, I have 4 hundredths and I have 6 hundredths. So I would want to fill in zeros where I'm not using tens or ones or tenths. And then I'm going to subtract 3 hundredths. Now I'm not going to subtract 3 hundredths, I'm going to subtract 3 hundredths. So that means the 3 has to go over here when I subtract. So I'm going to have 3 hundredths left out of this number. So I'm still going to have my 4 hundredths, but now I'm going to have 3 hundredths left. So in standard form, I will have 400 and 3 hundredths. All right, the last problem, it says 56 thousandths minus 23 thousandths. All right, so what I would want to do is, again, like I did with the tenths in the first problem, I'm going to replace the word thousandths with apples. So it'd be like 56 apples minus 23 apples. So I'm basically just going to do, on the side here, I'll do 56 minus 23. And I do that subtraction problem, and I have 33 left, and I have 33, it's going to be thousandths since I'm subtracting thousandths. So you're just simply going to write that here, 33 thousandths. We're going to take the number 33 thousandths, and we're going to put it in our place value chart. Now, where would 33 thousandths go in our place value chart? Well, we want to make sure that the last 3 in 33 is in the thousandths place. So I'm going to put the 3 here, and then there's going to be a 3 in front of it. I'll put a 0 in the 10th place as a placeholder and in the ones place. So now I can fill in these blanks. Okay, so 33 thousandths does go here, which equals, as we can see here, it equals 3 hundredths and also 3 thousandths. And if I wrote that in standard form, that would be 0.033. And that's how you do the first section. All right, so another section that's related to that is going to be in section 3, where we have to change the numbers. Some of them are written in unit form before we can do the subtraction problem. So taking a look at the first one, we have to figure out, well, how much is 30 tens? So 30 tens would be 30, and a 10 has a 0 on it, so 30 tens has one more 0. So that would be 300. And we're going to subtract 3 tens and 3 tenths. So let's use our place value chart to help us out here. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to pull up the place value chart and use that. Okay. And I want to put 3 tens, so I'll put 3 in my tens place, and then 3 tenths, which is here. So I have a 0 for my ones place, and that's how much 3 tens and 3 tenths is. It'd be 30 and 3 tenths. So I'm going to subtract 30 and 3 tenths. And then you go through the subtraction problem. So here they want me to take away 3 tenths, but I can't do that because there are no tenths. Right now there's 0 tenths. So in order to do that, I need to regroup from the ones place. But since there's no ones, I got to first regroup from the tens place. And since there's no tens, I got to regroup from the hundreds place. So I'm going to take one of these hundredths. There's 2 hundreds left. Now I have 10 tens left. I'm going to use one of those tens right away because I need ones. And now I have 10 ones, which I need to use one of those right away so that I can get my tenths that I needed in the beginning. So I'm going to take one of those ones and turn it into 10 tenths. And now I can finally begin subtracting. So I have 10 tenths minus 3 tenths is 7 tenths. And I have 9 ones minus no ones, or 0, equals 9 ones. And then I have 9 tens minus 3 tens is 6 tens. And then I have 2 hundreds minus no hundreds is 200. 2 hundreds. And there's your answer, 269 and 7 tenths. Okay, for the next one, I have 5 minus 16 tenths. Now, if you weren't sure what 16 tenths is, you just want to write the number 16 so that the last digit in 16, which is a 6, needs to go in the tenths place. So if I did that using my place value chart, I would have the 6 here, and the 1 would be here in the ones place. So 16 tenths is actually equal to 1 6 tenths. So now I know what I'm subtracting. 5 minus 1 6 tenths. Now I go through the subtraction process. They want me to take away 6 tenths, but I don't have any tenths there. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to take one of my ones. So there's 4 ones left. I'm going to take that 1 that I took and unbundle it into 10 tenths. Now I have 10 tenths minus 6 tenths, which is 4 tenths left. I have 4 ones minus 1 1, which is 3 ones.